Hello everybody. We've got Sam and Shelley in tonight. We've just got a few things we really want to talk to you about. So we're here as Paranormal Footprints and of course Spirit Crew Scotland. I hope you guys are all right tonight and enjoy the chat because we've got quite a few things to catch up on. Should we have, Sam?
It has. It's been a while.
Yeah. And there was a few other people due to come on, but we're having some difficulties just trying to get them added to the stream. So we'll try and work through it as we go. Um, but the main focus of tonight's investigation is what Spirit Crew Scotland is all about. But kind of firstly, we want to kind of quickly talk about the stuff that we have been getting up to before that, Sam, don't we?
Yep, definitely.
So we've been quite quiet in the private investigation situation because we've had that much going on that we couldn't really focus too much on that. But we did have our investigation at Invereray jail, didn't we?
Yep, with the public tour.
Which we'll talk a bit further down the line in the stream. And also about our next in public investigations that we've got lined up. And here I think we've got Louise, but Louise's camera switched off. We'll add her to the stream anyway, okay? In fact, you know what, Louise, we're keeping you in the background because we're not supposed to be speaking about Invereray yet, are we? But
no.
She's clicked away. So we'll add her to the stream soon anyway. Hi, Steve. Thanks for joining us tonight. We're all good. Hope you're well too. So, talking about the Spirit Crew, right? So, do you want me to carry on a wee bit, Sam, and then you can tell everybody who?
Yeah, if you want.
Right?
Yeah.
So, at the beginning of the year, we had started doing the live shows with Charlotte Underwood called Spirit Whisperers Live. And through that, we met a whole host of beautiful people from all over the globe. And so there was like Dan and Pete from Night Watchers Australia. But of course, along with them, it was Angela Accardi. And she is from Spirit Crew Australia.
She's amazing.
Yeah, beautiful person. And so, fast forward a few months down the line, we were asked if we would like to headline Scotland in the Spirit Crew family. And so there is a few other teams, quite a few other teams, and most of them are in Australia. And so if any of you guys are watching, probably not because of the time it is. The time zones are just total opposite, I know. I still kind of get used to these time zones because even in Australia, the time zones are so different.
Yeah, we were trying to get some of them on tonight, but they're like 9 hours in front. So it's like the middle of the night.
Aye, some are 9 and some are more than that. And it's like,
it's crazy.
Can't really work that one out. Hi, Liam. Hi, Forrest.
Hi, everybody.
So, Sam, you have got everybody for the Spirit Cruise written down there. There's so many names and so many teams.
Definitely, there's loads and loads to get to. So Spirit Crew came about, like Shelley said at the beginning of the year. We'd obviously interviewed Angela, and it's just sort of branched for that. She liked how me, Shelley, and our team worked. She liked the way we held ourselves and the we went about things. So between ourselves and Charlotte Underwood, they decided that we would be the best people to head Spirit Crew Scotland. So along with Spirit Crew Scotland, we actually have another 5 teams.
Yep.
So we have Spirit Crew South Australia, which is led by Christine. We have Spirit Crew Gold Coast, which is led by Bree Bradford.
Yep.
Spirit Crew Tasmania, which is led by Simon Lenarsick. Spirit Crew Victoria, led by Sandra Rotomat. Spirit Crew Australia by the lovely Angela, of course, and Spirit Crew UK, which is headed by the lovely Charlotte Underwood.
Yeah.
So, as you've probably noticed,
Sam.
As you've probably noticed on our page, it will sometimes come up and say Paranormal Footprints has went live, when it's actually the groups from Australia, because what we're doing is we're cross-posting to all the Spirit Crew groups. just to keep the content going, so there's forever content there for you.
That's right. So whenever you see Paranormal Footprints is live, it's a very good chance you're getting broadcasted straight from Australia. But it's a really good way of working. So it means that when we go live on our page, it will go directly to Australia's. But I'd like to obviously as well see we've got all these different teams now and it's part of the family and it's amazing to be able to meet all these people, get to know them all. But Amanda Playford, just want to give special consideration to that lady because she is just a crazy person for the amount of historical records she can pull up is immense. So it doesn't matter what location we go to, Amanda's got it there sitting waiting for us.
Yep. She's like a walking history book.
It is amazing.
The quickness that lady can pull up history is unbelievable.
And to think that she does all the historian, all the research for all of those teams and
Night Watchers.
Dan and Pete at Night Watchers Australia too as well. It is absolutely fantastic. She's just the best, to be honest.
She's great. She's brilliant. Nothing's ever an issue. She's great.
So it really does. It feels really good to be a part of something so big, you know, and it's only just going to get bigger.
Yep.
So
they're forever looking for teams, so we're actually on the lookout for an Irish team at present. So if anybody that's into investigations has their own team, would maybe like to join the Spirit Crew family and head to the Irish team, please get in touch with ourselves. It'll be greatly appreciated. Angela's always like, "You found me an Irish team yet? Have you found me an Irish team?"
We're also looking. We really want to kind of take over, don't we, Sam? We're kind of Angela's like the more the merrier. So whether you're in America, Ireland, Italy, Spain, Germany, wherever, we'll have you.
Yep.
Okay.
As long as you've got the drive and the passion.
Yep. So Forrest Bay says she could do the Welsh team. I think we've got the UK. I mean, well, we could talk about that for us 100%. I would not rule that out. And I hope your investigation went well. I haven't seen any footage for that yet.
Platforms were gone off. I've seen some.
Yes, that's fantastic. Oh, lovely. So, what was I going to say there? Now, my brain's just went flat.
Why don't we talk about Paranormal Footprints? We spoke a wee bit about Spirit Crew there. Why don't we talk about Paranormal?
Because I lost it. I lost exactly what I was going to say there. I went on to Forrest's comment and I thought, I don't know what I'm saying anymore. So Paranormal Footprints. That's our wee baby.
Yeah. It's just gone from strength to strength, really. It's been fantastic. The support that we've received from everybody is just second to none. And obviously we do public tours now, public investigations, and we keep getting the same people coming back again and again and again and again and again, and it's fantastic. And I'm loving seeing the people that came to the first investigation to then come to the latest investigation and they're seeking validation.
I know. And they're buying our hoodies.
Yeah, they're buying them merch. Yeah, they're all wanting
to love it. And anybody wants to buy a hoodie, then just please buy it and just contact us and we'll get them ordered for you because they're a hit, aren't they, Sam?
Aye, they're brilliant. They're just flying. Absolutely flying.
So good. But as you said, the ones that are coming that have been at the very start and they just keep coming.
Mm-hmm.
And it just makes you feel so proud that they're actually part of the family as well.
Mm-hmm.
Elizabeth Patterson also came in her last event. Hope you really did enjoy it, Elizabeth. But Elizabeth's now booked back up for our next event already. Yep. Oh, Spirit Crew, Angela, hi.
Hi, Angela. Angela, can feel free to jump on if you want, darling.
Yep. I was so happy to have you part of the family. We are really, really happy as well, to be honest.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's fantastic. It makes us feel good that we're actually making an impression on someone. It makes them want us
yeah,
to be part of the team.
Elizabeth wrote, yeah, I sure did. Thank you. So
That was great.
I know. I'm just going to go back to Forrest's comment. We had a massive technical difficulties. My spirit box didn't work. My speaker won't either, and there's no sound on any of my night vision footage. That is absolutely heartbreaking
Oh,
for any investigator to go out there and spend all that night in the freezing cold, and then to get nothing.
I know. But that's
Oh,
the paranormal for you to be.
that's right. Angela's just
That's
about
the
to head home.
paranormal. It's Angela, poor you. What time is it over there, Angela? Because we just get confused as anything.
Doors on here, but having technical difficulties. That's all
Oh,
right, Forrest.
sorry.
It's okay.
There's
Um,
fairies flying about. So
hey,
we have
loving it
had a
all.
busy year, to be fair, haven't we?
Aye. Um, Hazel here, we'll get another one. Hey, loving it all. Found lots of people on my wavelength, and that's a big part of it. So I'm sure it is. It's just
It is.
having everybody have that same buzz about these events.
It was. It was me and Hazel that were standing at the latest investigation, and we heard um the banging footstep right in between us. And if I remember rightly, Hazel, did we not hear the creak on the bench up by the other cell as well? If I remember rightly, it was me and you that was standing. Yep, the paranormal does love mischief. You're right.
Talking amongst ourselves in the chat here, but I mean there was so much activity happening that night,
Yeah.
and it was, because it was such quite a big area, there was so many groups
Mm-hmm.
and they were spread apart, so nobody really knew what was going on with the other
Team,
groups.
aye, it was mental. But for
Um,
people to come back and have the same experience after being to the same area as a group previous,
I know,
that's like, wow, that just blows.
because that certain cell room, that just blew my mind.
Yeah.
If anybody's been on the group page and they've actually seen the footage that was shared on the group page, um, you really can't get that. It's not about things flying about and seeing ghosts and apparitions and stuff like that. It's actually having that communication, really.
Yeah.
And somebody shared it on their page, and I think it was Jenny Sullivan. There's no bells and whistles. It's been able to connect with history and have
Mm-hmm.
that communication with them. And that
Yeah.
night we did that, didn't we?
Yeah.
In abundance, whether it was
Mm-hmm.
through using the devices like the cat balls and the REM pod,
Mm-hmm.
or the ITC device what David Barrett was using, and
Yeah.
also the doing the blind spot box. That was amazing.
That was amazing.
And Hazel just put it up. Yep, the first I've heard anything like that was having a ball, and I still rant about it.
It was amazing, Hazel, honestly. You just couldn't believe it. It was like the floor vibrated underneath her feet, and then the wooden bench to the left of us, it just creaked as if somebody had sat on it. It
I
was
know,
mental.
that's
It
crazy.
was, it, it's really
What,
good.
what I
Obviously,
found fascinating as well was that REM pod, Sam.
it was squealing.
Oh, there we go. Spirit Crew South Australia. Hello.
Hi, Spirit Crew South Australia. Hope you're all well.
Hi, thanks for joining. So we're just talking about our investigation at the Invereray jail, but with the REM pod going off, the REM pod went off, and it was like an alarm,
Mm-hmm.
and it's never really done that before. The only time
No.
it's never really done that before was when we went to. It was myself, Doris, and Tracy, and we went to do a house clearance, and they had complaints of a doorbell ringing in the middle of the night and just constantly going off. But when they
Mm-hmm.
went to the door, there was nobody there. And when we put the REM pod up, it kind of they just kept on touching as though they had the hold of the REM pod area, and it was just constantly going. And so it put me so much in mind of that night when when the REM pod was sounding like an alarm, because it really shouldn't do that unless somebody was touching it and then coming away from it, touching it and going away from it. So
Mm-hmm.
it's really amazing how things can get um, affected. No,
It was
just
like I was up. I took like a wee group up. I was going to like make sure that everything was set up in one of the cells, just like the cat balls and like the REM pod, etc. Like you've just explained.
Mhm.
But it's like a couple of like the group came up with me. I said, I'm going up here. Do you want to come up? I'm actually quite glad I did come up with me now because we were up there and the cat boys were going mental. And what is it? Soraya got up to walk away, and the cat ball rolled right across the floor, which we've got on video.
Have you got it in video? Oh, you have got it in video. We've seen that.
We've got
That's right.
Aye, we've got that on video, and the little chair thing like scraped across the floor.
Aye. It was a nuts. That's right. It was nuts. I've got some more comments here, Sam. The comments are going a bit mad tonight. Elizabeth, awesome seeing the cat balls going off. Aye,
Oh, they were going mental.
When they go off on command, it's brilliant. And then Hazel, at the end of the night, Shelley, when the guy confirmed what we were told in the court, was just wow. That was a wow light bulb moment for me.
Yeah. Well, explain a bit about that. That was pretty crazy.
It's very loud. Aye, that'll be the REM pod you're talking about there, Spirit Crew, South Australia. That was very, very loud. In fact, we were in the girls. I told all the girls to go into a cell, whether they were going in it themselves or going in it with a partner. They went into the cells themselves, and I stood out in the corridor myself. And the REM pod went off, and I've never heard a group of women shout as much in all my life. They were all screaming, and they ran out of the cell. And of course, me being the investigator, I ran in with my phone, and it was then it all started kicking off. It was so funny.
I done that at Bannockburn when me, Sharon, and Liam were doing the walk around. When we were at Bannockburn House at Stirling, we were walking down the stairs towards the kitchen, like the old kitchen where it was, and someone was moved in the kitchen, and I shit myself and run back up the stairs, and they're like, "Aye, some investigator, you are." I was like, away up these stairs.
Sam, when me and you go on investigations, right, we just have this luck, and you probably know what I'm talking about, right? But we look at each other and go to say, oh, wow. And it's the same luck everywhere we go, and it's like, wow. Can you feel that?
It's like, oh, I don't like that.
It's so good. It's just the camaraderie. I love the chemistry with everybody.
That's a good thing about our tours as well. It's like, it's serious. We're not there to take the mick. We go there, we do what we're going to do, but at the same time, we're having a laugh and a joke with our guests, and they love it.
Aye.
Well, they even call me the female Billy Connolly, and I don't know why.
You get 2 odd socks on, Sam.
I've always got odd socks on.
That's
Who said that?
No, that's right. Billy Connolly does. He wears 2 odd socks.
I've always got odd socks on. I was like, who said that? I thought Liam was telling my secrets there.
Oh dear, well, we'll change the subject on that then. You become me a spooky bitch again.
Oh, spooky bitch.
It was amazing what was captured. Loved it, especially when Sam and I heard our names called out. It's just we hear that. Liam's was called out quite a few times as well that night. Hazel Brown, just wish I was closer to you guys. Move over here.
Where are you, Hazel?
She's in Dorai, in Ayrshire.
Oh, is she?
North Ayrshire, aye.
Oh,
she can move.
Aye.
And the bench was shook.
Aye, the bench was shook. It was, definitely.
Invereray was my first experience, was fantastic in the spiritual terms.
It was. It really was. Invereray was something else. We done a blind spirit box, which is always it's like the Estes method, basically. Yes, you're right. Spirit Crew Australia.
Yep.
I ran up the stairs. I'm not going to repeat what I said, but I ran up the stairs. But Invereray, we done like the Estes method with the blindfold, the earpods, the necrophonic app running, and also like the ear defenders so they can't hear. We sucked 2 different people at either side of the courtroom. And the questions that we were asking, we were getting relevant answers coming through. Yeah. But the spooky thing was, I was speaking to one of the girls, obviously, that couldn't see me, and couldn't hear me. But every time I spoke to her, she responded and looked straight at me. And I'm like, oh, she's looking at me.
That was quite spooky in there, because I was like, she's directly turning round to you.
But remember, I sort of test them. I got up, remember, and stood behind her.
Mm-hmm.
I got up and stood behind her. They were sitting in the pews of the courthouse. And I
Aye,
got up and I says, "Can you tell me where I am?" And she turned right round and looked at me and I was like, "Oh, that's enough for me."
too spooky.
Aye.
A Facebook user has just wrote, "I love doing Invereray, can't wait to get back." But it's came up as Facebook user for us to be able to see who this is. So you've got to go on to the link for the StreamYard and give StreamYard permission for you to use for them to use your name, or else just tell us who you are. That would probably be
Yeah.
easier. I always go for the easy option. Just put a wee comment down below and tell us who you are.
Easy option. But aye, Invereray was something else. Definitely. Highly recommended.
Trying to think what else happened. I mean, we were up in the standing next to the statue for the judge.
Mm-hmm.
You know, now we always get protected. God love Doris and Sharon; they always protect us.
Me
But that
Shelley got
night,
around.
me and Sam kind of forgot all about the protection, and we were stood up with the judge, and we were kind of I wouldn't say provoking. Well, we were kind of calling out kind of thing, and
I
we were
called him a coward. I was kind of was.
asking for things to happen. But you know that way you feel as though you feel that nothing can touch you. You're like, come and do some, push me over, come on, like just do it.
We got on off it out.
But
Off a Doris.
we get an offer out for Doris because we hadn't really protected ourselves at that point.
She was like
But
an angry
Doris,
mum.
Doris was away protecting everybody else, and then had to chase us round about the building just to find us. And we stood there like, sorry, mum.
She put it on the stern voice. She went, "Right,
Aye.
that is it. Get over there now." And I'm like, "Oh, sorry, Doris."
And Doris is
I
quite
felt
quiet,
like
actually, you know.
I felt like a naughty schoolgirl.
I know. Hazel Brown's wrote, a prisoner was seen solid in the doorway.
Yep, that's right. Oh, the jangling keys, Elizabeth. That's
Jangling keys.
right. That's right. That came through the app. That came through the Necro app, and noises don't come through the app because it's a word bank.
Aye, and when we were doing the ITC, we'd asked, it was David Barrett that was doing the ITC session for us, and we heard, what was it we asked? We don't know what we were asking, but we heard a bang and we asked, what was that? And then straight away it came up and said bang, but then it said again bang. So it was quite like good evidence that.
But people were even seeing things in the toilet. So,
Oh, Kaz saw a woman when she looked in the mirror, didn't she?
there was a woman in like a pinstripe dress behind her. But then somebody else mentioned a woman in a pinstripe dress.
Aye.
Like, right?
That's right. And then just this evening, we were one of the girls that came with us, Claire Farrell. She had sent a video onto the chat. Now she wasn't right sure about the how she could validate this because she thought she was just hearing it herself. But the rest of the people that have been in that chat have all listened to it, and it was a clear and definite man's breath. And she was on her own. So there was no explaining that away. It was clear. And it's not the first time it's been heard. It's quite regular in that jail.
Through the with the Estes method as well, like they explained, they're blindfolded, etc. But the two people in question, like I said, were at opposite sides, but they started to have a conversation with each other.
Aye.
It's like what we could gather. One was called John, and one was it Charlie?
Charlie.
Or Charlie or Charles?
They say Charlie.
Charlie. But every time I was like conversing with John. And there's a video, I've got that much footage to get through. I'm trying to get through it all. It's like having to trail through it all because it's like there's about 10 videos and it's like continuous.
Aye.
On one of the videos, you actually hear me saying, "What's your name?" to John, and he actually says, "Shh, Sam, stop talking. He's coming."
Right.
And then Charlie came through.
That's amazing. We've got a few more comments here relating to that night. Look, Hazel Brown, at the beginning of the night when we just arrived and taking stuff to the kitchen, myself and another member heard a guard walking along, heading out the back to the cell blocks. No,
Yep.
I never heard that night. I never heard about that. Then it was Elizabeth. It's also saw the lady in the toilet, but dismissed it as I turned round at the mirror. And then Hazel Brown, honestly, that was me high. I had heard something for the first time. And that, I love it. I love it when that
Brilliant.
happens.
Brilliant.
Chasing
But that's the thing, Elizabeth,
it.
you do second guess yourself. You do sit, you think, did I see that? Did I hear that? But the more you do it, the more you'll hear it and the more you'll become open to it.
And that's the thing in an investigation, right? It's like, if you have an experience, right, no matter how tiny you think it is, try not dismiss it, because there's a good enough chance that somebody else within that group is also going to have experienced it, but they maybe have experienced a wee bit more, and then they can validate your experience. So then it doesn't become a personal experience, it becomes something that's been repeated, which is really good. We took Tracy, we hope you're feeling better.
Hope you're feeling better too.
And Louise again as well. The mirrors were definitely watching with silhouettes, but still couldn't catch on camera. Just the way of it. We still all had a great night, you know, and there was a lot of stuff caught on cameras that night.
Yep. One of the best things to come out of that night was the conversation with the Estes method, when the girls started shouting out, obviously blindfolded, and started shouting out about up, go, jump, higher, higher, attic, skylight,
rope,
skylight. And they kept repeating it.
It was constant. And it wasn't just one person that said it, I'm pretty sure.
3 altogether.
I was going to say that. At least 2, but I'm sure the 3 of them, because I know Jessica did it.
It was Robin and Nicola that had the full conversation with each other. But then when Jessica tried it at first, she came out with skylight.
I know. How amazing. And if
But
anybody's
then we got validation.
The validation for Bill was absolutely amazing. It was just outstanding. As Hazel said earlier on, that's the kind of stuff that you want to experience. You want to go out and have these experiences and then have it backed up by somebody that could tell you that there is no way in the planet that we should have known about that.
Well, Bill actually works at Invereray. He's like one of the caretakers or staff members, so he's been there for a number of years. And what he told us at the end of the night, after we relayed information to him, absolutely blew our mind. He actually took me and Shelley to have a look at a bit of signage, basically, that was hidden from public view. So we walked round and it was actually telling you about prisoners that had escaped through the attic out a skylight. He says, and no other paranormal team had picked up on that.
I know.
But we got it.
And it was great. It was great validation. And I wish we had done it at the beginning of the night, but and in certain terms, you know how like a stone tape theory, where things happen in a loop and they happen constantly every single time. That's what I think that was. I think that was a snapshot in time that we managed to capture through that Estes method. The same as what we've done at Lennox Castle.
But remember the names we were getting? John came through all the time. Bill came through. We thought they were talking about Bill that worked there, but it was actually a man called William that had escaped as well, along with the Charlie.
That's right. Loved when Catherine and I helped that young lass to cross over. So emotional. Do you know, that was absolutely really special, Doris, when you tell me about the girl, the lady that was in the cell next to the children's cells, I believe. And Doris, you'll need to tell us a wee bit more about that. But the fact that you helped her cross over just made such a big, you know, it would have been great for her and great for you as well.
How do I not know about that?
Oh, she was telling me in the bus on the way home. So it was, I'm sure she lost her child, or she was in there and she lost her child. And so she needed help to cross well, obviously she was stuck there, wasn't she?
Aye.
But
Looking for
Doris,
her
if
way.
you can, give us a wee bit more information on that so that I'm not just telling a story and it's like Chinese whispers. It was just a fascinating story, that, actually, and really emotional, and that's why I like doing like clearances. See
Mhm.
see, having done them, the feeling you get once you've helped them cross over is just superb, because you're not just helping the people that are on the spirit world, you're helping the people that are here on the earth plane that
Yeah.
can't settle, because these spirits are really causing a bit of upset because they're not
Mhm.
happy and they're not settled and they need to be settled. Hazel Brown was
Definitely.
just wrote, I had William Hook on to me when we left after doing the spirit box on the cell. Right.
Mm.
And that was lovely. Doris must have been emotional. Well, I know Doris was really blown away with it. Um, but for to be stuck in that place is not the place you
Mm.
want to be. You want to be where,
Definitely, because it wouldn't have been nice. Now, we saw how small and compact the cells were,
aye,
and I
dingy.
don't think, I don't think for 1 minute there'd only be one person per cell either.
Um, no, because the guy did say, he said sometimes it was like 3, 4, 5,
Mhm.
6 people in a cell because it was overcrowded. It was
Uh-huh.
only it was only after 1800 odds that then they started kind of reforming all these jails because they weren't
Yeah.
fit for purpose. And so that's when they started increasing, and that's when they built the extension, the new cells.
Yeah. But even the exercise yard, it wasn't even an exercise yard. It was
It was
a
not
big
an
brick
exercise yard.
building. It was a big brick building that was shoved into the exercise.
Aye. That was before we'd done the courtroom and Bill showing us a history board outside.
Side. That's right.
I get you now, Hazel. I do get you now. Louise Bland. That's because I've just read Blubbering. Sorry, Louise. Louise Brand. I was like a blubbering idiot on the way home. Just a release. Well, that just
Aye.
kind the negative and all that, the emotions, because it was a highly active
It
emotional
was.
place. You know, you just empathise with the people that would have lived in there and all the children because they were put in there for the silliest of wee crimes.
It was. Stealing a loaf of bread and
You know, you can get done for murder here and your attempted murder and you're out in 4 years.
that's it.
You know, and back then they were killed for just the silliest of crimes.
So definitely for the last investigation of the year, it was fantastic.
Hmm.
What a way
So,
to end the year.
yeah. And so the next events we've got coming up, I'll let you, if you want to run through them. The
We
public events
have,
that we've got running up.
yep, we have a private team investigation on the 4th of November. So
Which we
that'll
aim,
just be team only, which we're
yeah,
all really looking forward to.
we
Be
aim to
good to
try and
get
do
out
it
as a
once a
team
month.
and just go.
Aye.
Then we've got no more. I think we've maybe got one in December, maybe team wise,
Yep.
but then we don't actually pick up our public investigations again until the new year. And our first one will be February. We have two in February actually because it was in that much of a high demand that we had to secure a second date. So February we have the Solway Aviation Museum
Yep.
down in Carlisle Way. So there is spaces still available, folks. It is limited numbers, so there is spaces still available. If anybody's interested, you can get in touch and we can point you in the right direction, etc. We are returning to the Renfrew Bath
Yeah.
in May.
May the 13th.
May the 13th, returning back. That was, wow,
I know.
the last time we went. The baths was amazing.
Yeah.
So,
The just activity we were getting, and we got it backed up with evidence we were caught. So that was really good as well.
yep, it was fantastic. Oh, there's my daft cat. Just jumped in and made me crap myself. With the bath with someone else. So I'm really, really, really glad to be heading
Going
back
back
there.
there. I know, it was just superb,
It's
and I
so
can't
great
wait for
to
that.
see. And then May, June, July, August, October.
October. So we
Wait a
have
minute.
see before we go into that October one, Sam, right? Wee bit of suspense for you guys, but because Doris has put her post up here to talk about this thing, right? So a wee bit of suspense for you. Right. There was a woman who lost her baby in one of the cells, and we could feel her emotion. It was heartbreaking. I was using the divining rods, and the energy between the rods was amazing. You could actually see the energy. The young lass we crossed over was in the children's cell. I was getting the name Sarah.
Oh, bless. Hi, Nicola, how are you?
Hello. Hello, Nicola. Nice to have you back on. Doris, I mean, that would have been highly charged. But you've done what you could, and you set her free so she could go with her baby. Hopefully
Definitely.
she found peace up there. Um, so, but sorry, Sam, I totally interrupted you there, right?
No, you're
Because
fine.
we were
Oh,
going on to our next investigation, a public event. So
so
let's
we
carry
went
on.
over. So February we have two. We have the Solvay Aviation Museum. We have 2 dates in February. There is still spaces available as stated. So if anybody's interested, feel free. Then we have the 13th of May. We're heading back to Renfrew Bath.
Hmm.
And then we'll have a little, not so much a quiet spell, but we've got a massive investigation, public investigation in
Yeah.
October. We have secured Jeddah Castle jail for 12 hours for a public investigation in October next year. And I'm just buzzing the history of that place alone.
Yeah. So if anybody's brave enough to spend a full night in the cells, in the jail, then please get in touch because that is going to blow your mind.
Acted in my homeland of the borders.
Aye. We'll drop Sam off in Hoyt in the way in the way back.
Back in my homeland. Yeah, it's steep with history. You've not only got the castle jail, you've got the old Castle Hill, which is still all cobbles.
Yeah.
You've also got
That's Gallows Hill, isn't it?
Gallows Hill.
Yeah.
You've even got Mary Queen of Scots' house that she stayed in with Lord Bothwell when she escaped to the borders after imprisonment.
Yep.
And you've also got the Douglas hanging tree. So the Douglas hanging tree is believed to be cursed to the Douglas family. So it's all bound down with ratchets and things. And they say that every time one of the bow breaks, a member of the Douglas family dies. So
I'm just laughing at Tracy's comment, sorry. She wrote, that's a great idea. I'll slow down a wee bit.
shut up, Tracy. It's not even funny.
And Hazel, I'll be at that one with someone, of course. I want to get to as many as I can. Listen, you're more than welcome to them.
Yeah.
That sounds amazing for October. 12 hours in Jedburgh Jail is going to be a good one. It really is. So we'll have all these events advertised in due course, and then we can.
It feels great knowing that we've got our public events booked for the following year.
Yeah. And we've also been looking into events for the 2024 as well. You know, so
watch this space that is in the works as we speak.
And of course, the team we're just going to try and get out now is part of Spirit Crew Scotland. We're going to try and get out once a month. You know, set a time because we're not always available at the same time.
No.
As a team, we like to be out investigating as a team. So we're trying to plan it out that we can do a live investigation, maybe the first Saturday every month.
Yep.
Or Friday or Saturday. It just depends
collectively the energy together's better, I feel.
I think so, and it's kind of split when you've got a big team and then it's split into like two, because me and myself and Tracy went and done an investigation, but it was only, we just went to have a look at the place. We never realised we were going to get the evidence that we did. And if anybody's on the TikTok page or YouTube, you'll be able to see it on YouTube as well. The investigation that we done was absolutely outstanding for the time that we were there. So you should go and have a look and check it out as well. It was fantastic. But again, we don't want to really do that until the full team's there. Because
I think with everybody's work commitments as well, it's hard to get everybody in the same place at the one time.
Aye.
It's crazy. But the fourth, it'll be really good in the fourth.
Yep, and of course we've got Carly now, the newest team member. My daughter came of age and that's her now. She's out investigating, she's loving life. And we've got this investigation coming up that she's already had dreams about. So it'll be interesting to see if some of these dreams can be validated.
It's crazy. It was weird that we'd been to Renfrew baths and obviously Carly hadn't been, but Carly dreamt about it the night we were at the baths.
Yep, it's just amazing. Love it. Love Paranormal Footprints. Love now being a part of the Spirit Crew family. That really is something that's just fantastic. And for everybody that's came on the chat and has been to our events, can't thank you guys enough, because without you, we wouldn't be sitting here just now. We would probably gave it up and just went around private investigation. But you
should drive us forward. It keeps us going.
Really is good.
And we love being able to share our passion with you. It's great to see how excited you guys get when you get a piece of evidence, because that's exactly what we're like.
I know.
And it's good to see somebody else experiencing it.
The buzz is never no the same. When you get a good piece of evidence or get something really good happening, it always feels the same for us. Thank you, Louise. She's a wee gem. So far as events, so we've got our own events, but if anybody's needing something to do over the weekend, Fossil Field Training Centre in Auchinleck has got a Halloween party on, and then on Monday night we've got a chakra healing night. It's a sound bath.
And I was away to Paisley Halloween festival tonight.
That was amazing looking.
It was really good. We're telling a story about Rob Roy and Robert the Bruce and the Spider and stuff. We're telling loads of stories and stuff. Tomorrow I'll get more in video tomorrow. Because we'll go back down the morning. But it was brilliant. They've done a great job. I'll actually post some pictures on the page.
I do that. I'm just going to put some of the comments up. Tracy Smith, sounds fantastic. Dave helped me experience what I did with it being a group. 100% Hazel, and it will just grow and grow and grow, because the energy is collective. Do you know, it just swirls. And just what Doris has said, the energy when everybody is together is buzzing. Carly is brilliant. Wee Carly. You give us all the best night out. Thanks very much, Louise. Just the kind of night out that we would like.
Basically, you get laughs. You have a cake and a laugh, but at the same time, thanks, Aggie.
And just love being in among so many like-minded people, and we all get on so well and have a laugh, which raises the energies. It really, really does.
But you're not giving us a row, Doris.
And then Elizabeth asking, was that the Abbey, Sam? Paisley Abbey?
Yeah, it was based all around the Abbey. So it was Abbey outside the Piazza Shopping Centre, down onto like the riverside. It was all kitted out Halloween style. They had fire eaters and everything. They had like skeleton LED drummers and stuff. It's great. It's fantastic.
And it's on tomorrow night and Saturday night as well. So open 6 o'clock on Sunday as well.
I think Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I think.
And that's for 6 o'clock to 9 o'clock at night.
And they split up the time so you'll not miss anything.
No.
They have like the superheroes fighting on top of the Piazza roof and everything. It's great.
That's amazing. I like telling people with proof that what they don't believe is wrong. Whether they believe it or not, it's there naturally like it.
Definitely.
I think I've read too many of these comments. My eyes are getting jumbled. Nicola.
Definitely.
It was great to share the information I picked up with others who experienced similar at different times. Aye, Nicola, what you were coming away with was amazing. Nicola was one of the ones with the earphones on and the blindfolds,
Yeah.
and they were coming away with information that they didn't know. They didn't know the next person was giving away that information.
No.
And they certainly didn't know there was a plaque at the back telling us everything that all the information they were giving to us was because it was an event that happened 2,000 years, 200 years prior. Crazy. Uh, Better than drinking spirits in a pub. Yep.
Yeah.
Says Sam. Would have been a good night. Aye, the Paisley does look amazing, actually.
They've done really well.
Totally in my element and don't feel like an outsider, which helps me hundreds. Hazel, everybody's the same. They come into Paranormal Footprints as a stranger and then they go out as part of a family, don't they, Sam?
Yeah,
That's the way we all,
definitely.
that's the way everybody is.
There's no outsiders with us.
Right, Facebook user, you need to tell me who you are because we don't know. I'm coming for the next outing. I'm so interested. You definitely need to come.
Well, who are you?
I know you need to tell us your name or we can't get you booked in. Elizabeth Patterson, definitely. Nicola, I've watched the video a good few times of that session. It was so good.
It was
It really,
amazing.
really was. It was fantastic. It's your sister. Is it my sister or is it Sam's sister?
Is it Anne Marie?
It's Anne Marie. I'm hidden like a ghost. You're so funny, Anne Marie.
That's
Anne
Anne Marie. My
Because
sister's
Anne
on
Marie's
his way
always
to
telling
that.
me she wants to come.
My sister's on his way to that. It's Anne Marie.
Your sister's really. Oh my God. Hello, my honey. Oh well. That's good.
Hi,
We'll
Anne
take, we'll,
Marie.
we'll take you out and we'll put you in a cell yourselves. See how that works.
That's right, Hazel. That comment Hazel's just put in. Asked him what he was jailed for, and he said he was tried for raping and changed the word to shagging.
That's terrible.
He did, though. That's what he said. That's right.
That's really obscene.
So I was like, did he actually just say that? Wouldn't it be funny, Anne Marie, if we locked you in a cell?
No. With Charlie.
He wasn't making people feel nice.
No. No.
A
But
few people
oh,
felt like they've been touched and stuff.
well, aye, there was a lot of people saying their hairs was touched, or they were kind of felt their hand on their shoulder. You know, there was a lot of stuff going on. But it's
Like
not
the wee,
until after the event that you hear all these things.
aye,
Really, you
like
hear
the wee
something through
child.
the night, but everybody's all split up. I remember that. So true.
It was.
And we were asked about the who was the man sitting in the dock. Kind of, it was a judge, and we expected it to say judge. It also said
Lord,
courtroom when
didn't
we
it?
asked where we were, and it came up. It came up and said my lord. I mean, absolutely fantastic because that's how they would say it, my lord. That's what they
Yes, my
say.
lord.
I know. So we were expecting it to come along and say judge, and it never. It said my lord, and I'm like, how can it even? Did it? How can a skeptic turn around and say that that's no thing?
I know.
You know,
My lord.
courtroom and then my lord.
Mm-hmm.
And then nourishment when we were talking about the food.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just outstanding stuff. Um, this was an Invereray jail. Anne-Marie, if it touches me, I will cry. Um,
So would I.
I felt like I had been hit in the side of my head and my eye punched. Yeah, totally, my lord. That was just,
Aye.
I was like, oh, yes! I was like, get this week show.
Brilliant.
So we'll go. My sister saying, why am I definitely your twin? I don't know. I mean, I really don't know. Louise, I had the same headache. Invereray is a very active place.
Who's
Is this
that? Was speaking to there? Is that your sister again, or is that somebody
I
else?
don't know. I don't. That can't be my sister. Facebook user that put that comment up. Can you tell me who you are, please? Because I don't think that's my sister this time.
No.
Um, It was a powerful spot at the judge's side. It was. I
I felt
felt
like
like
a
I won.
child.
I felt really, but at that time too as well, I felt like I was taking on the energy of the judge. Do you know that way that I felt like I was I was above everybody else and nobody could touch me? That's how I felt up in that stand when I was standing next to her. The
Andy
Facebook,
Muir.
it's Andy Muir. Right, so see if I've got Facebook users coming up, there's a link on the video for StreamYard, and you've got to really go on to StreamYard and give them permission for Facebook to use your name. Otherwise, all we see is Facebook user. We can't really see any more than that. Sorry. Oh, lovely, Andy. Well done, you. Anne-Marie, why can you not do that? Come on. Thanks very much, Andy.
Hope
Much
you're
better.
well, Andy.
So, but I think that's pretty much everything, Sam, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Just
There's really
wanted
just
to clear up any confusion, really, as to why we had Spirit Crew Australia and things on the page.
yeah.
In case you thought we'd been hacked, etc., it's because we're part of the Spirit Crew family. For people that want to hear earlier, we're part of the Spirit Crew family as well, which are mainly based in Australia. But
Yeah.
as explained earlier, we were asked to head the Scottish team. So you will have like cross posts between Australia and Scotland going live on the Paranormal page. It's just to make sure that you guys have got content as well to keep us interested, because I know what it's like if you get no content for ages and
hmm
everybody thinks it's slowed down. It's just that you're actually getting to see something, and it's quite good.
I know.
Wentworth Prison, that's where they were. I couldn't work out where they were. That's where they were. Wentworth Prison. And then they went to the suicide forest.
Aye. I mean, even when it came up, Paranormal Footprints was live. Even me and Sam got a fright because we thought, how did that happen?
I forgot. I forgot that they could cross post to our page, obviously, and just like you can cross post to theirs. And I was like, oh no, somebody's hacked their page. But no, we were fine.
So, just a couple of posts and comments. I'm just going to share. Andy Muir, we're good. Thanks very much for asking. Still laughing, thinking of you both. The look on your faces when you got around was hilarious. I know, because we're like, sorry, Doris. I'm so sorry. Sorry.
I just went like, I'm sorry.
Anne-Marie, no, it hasn't worked, sorry. But we're just going to go away anyway. But maybe next time you can try and work it out. Definitely agree, Shelley, about Judge Side. I was having problems with that link. Louise Brand, it's okay. It doesn't really matter. 100%. There's been so much chatting on the chat, which is really good. So.
No, Anne-Marie, it's no work.
No, it's no worked. I done it. Did it work now? No,
no,
it didn't, darling. It didn't. We'll teach you how to do it.
Did you?
I signed up. Oh, sorry, Hen. That StreamYard link was giving me more bother. Just had to
don't worry about it.
That's all. So we're going to have to say bye-bye because obviously we've got work tomorrow as well. Well, I have, Sam hasn't.
I'm on holiday.
But I need to go. So next Paranormal.
Thanks again for joining us, guys. It's been a pleasure again.
Yeah, we love coming on and having a wee chat anyway. And so, and it's good to just be able to put out there about the stuff that we've got planned, because we don't really, we share it, but we don't really see it. And with the
we might be quiet, but there's always something going on in the background.
Thanks, Andy. Thanks, Nicola. See you all later. Love you both. Good night.
Thanks everyone for tuning in. These have been great once again, and we'll speak to you all soon.
Right, love you guys. Oh, Bill Nelson. Oh, just before you go, we've got Bill Nelson in the house. Oh, nice all meeting you all and very well. Do you know what, Bill? The pleasure was all ours.
You were fantastic, Bill. Thanks so much for all your hospitality.
It was
really absolutely amazing.
The team wanted for nothing that night. He's really made us feel welcome from start to finish.
We will be back.
Yeah, we'll be back 100%.
Thanks so much, Bill. You were an absolute star.
And so, with that being said, Bill and everybody else in the house, we're just going to go now because So we've got a busy morning, and the late is getting night. The night is getting late. I think I've been in a drink. I think
The late is getting night.
I've been drinking.
You've been
But no.
drinking my cocktails.
No. Do you like my cup?
Aye. Spooky bit.
My wee spooky cup.
Aye.
So anyway, listen, guys, love yous all, and we'll speak to you soon. Okay.
Yeah. See you all soon, guys.
Take care just now.
Bye.
Bye bye.